Mama Strong, my name is Michou and I help moms find ways to enjoy self-care and be the best versions of themselves with affordable beauty. Today's video is all about how to find your skin undertone for best makeup result. Okay, so first, let's go to Pinterest and figure out what undertone colors are. So there are cool undertone, there is cool undertones, and there is warm undertones or warm tones. As you can see here, all cool tones are purples, pinks, and blues. And warm tones are yellow, orange, and green. And so why is this so important when choosing your makeup? Let's take a look at these two pictures. As you can see, the left is clearly warm toned makeup and the right is cool toned makeup. Now let's use the jury test to figure out if you're cool toned or warm toned. Now this is not preference. This is what looks good on you. So if silver look good on you, you are cool toned. If gold look good on you, then you're warm toned. I like silver, but gold look good on me. Now after a day of kayaking or just hanging out at the beach or going on a picnic, do you turn pink or do you get darker? If you turn pink, you are cool toned. And if you get darker, you are warm toned. And that is your undertone. A way for me to remember the cool tone colors are pretty much the color of spring, bright colors, pinks, blues, purples. On the other hand, warm tones are like fall. There's a lot of greens, a lot of oranges, a lot of yellows. And when it comes to makeup, especially choosing your foundation, it's actually has been easier than you think, especially if you're an online shopper like me. So now we're on Amazon and you can see there's a lot of different shades, a lot of different tones of foundation here. But when you look at the left side, it will give you more options. So there is skin tones, very light, light, medium, medium deep, and deep. Now, don't mix up your undertone with your skin tone. You can have light skin tone, but you could still have a warm undertone, like more yellowy or goldish, and vice versa. You can have deep skin, but you can still have the cool tone, like more reddish. So here are some few swatches that NYX will give you, for example, so you can see all the cool tones up there, but there's a lot of different shades, a lot of different undertones, and you can also see all the deep shades underneath, and there's different tones on them, right? So that's how you can choose your foundation. And if you're new to makeup, there is more the websites actually do to help you figure out your shade. Swatches. There are swatches on different skin tones and different foundation, as you can see right here. So these swatches will actually show you, it will actually tell you what shade to choose and what undertone to pick, right? So as you can see right here, there are the cool tones up top and the warm tones underneath, and as you can see, there is different undertones on every single one of them. So you just need to figure out if you are cool undertoned or if you are warm undertoned. Now that we're done with foundation, let's move on to contouring, because contouring and bronzer are very essential when it comes to face makeup. And choosing the right shade is really essential. So as you can see right here, BH Cosmetics is clearly warm tone and Morphe is cool tone. And it's the same exact way when it comes to eyeshadow. This eyeshadow is clearly a cool toned eyeshadow because there's a lot of blues and a lot of pinks in here. Yes, there's a sprinkle of browns and neutral, but it's mostly blues and pinks. Now the next palette is clearly a warm toned palette. Why? You see yellows, you see green, and lots of browns of different shades. Let's not forget about blushes. This blush is clearly a warm tone blush because there's a lot of, once again, a lot of shades of orange and yellows. The pink here is very light. but it's mostly a warm-toned palette. Some palettes can be considered mixed if the colors are balanced, meaning there's enough warm tone color in there as well as enough cool toned colors. Alright, Mama Strong, so now that you have a good understanding cool tones versus warm toned, I would like to know your opinion on this palette right here. Is it a cool toned palette or is it a warm toned palette? Please let me know in the comment below. Alright, you got that down? Alright, next one. Let's check out this very well loved palette right here by BH Cosmetics. Would you consider this to be a cool toned palette or a warm toned blush and bronzer palette? Ready for the next one? Next one, this palette by Juvia's Place. Do you think this palette is a warm toned palette or is this a cool toned palette? By the way, I'm so thankful for this video. I discovered a lot of palette that I haven't touched in a while, so thank you. Alright, Mama Strong, so this Jaclyn Hill palette, do you consider it to be a warm toned, a cool toned, or mixed? Let me know in the comment below, please. Alright, next palette, Anastasia Beverly Hills. Is this a cool toned palette or is this a warm toned palette? Okay, another last one, I guess. Last one. Is this palette a cool tone palette or a warm toned palette? Don't forget to let me know in the comment below. And of course, just like face palettes and eyeshadow palettes, lipsticks can have cool or warm undertones as well. I'm pretty sure it's clear to you right now that the Away Studio is a cool tone and Morphe here is a warm toned lipstick. Next one, Kiss Me Liquid Matte Poison Apple. Do you think this is a warm toned lipstick or a cool toned liquid lipstick? And next we have eye pigments. As you can see, the left one, which is Grail, is clearly a warm toned pigment, and the right, which is Enchant, is a cool toned pigment. Moving on to this beautiful gorgeous highlighter, it's clearly a cool toned highlighter. And then the next one will be a warm toned beautiful liquid highlighter. So this, you can use this technique when choosing your clothes, when choosing anything that has color in your life. You can choose this technique and I hope it helps. But speaking of lipstick, the next video or the next video will be about choosing the perfect red lips for the holidays based on your undertones. So I'll show you a lot of different cool toned and warm toned red lipstick. So stay tuned for that.